YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Radar for Rasslin Studios.
What up, Marks?
Guys, Smackdown finished up. Let's get into Smackdown. Smackdown after WrestleMania. Remember, before we get into this, like, subscribe, comment below what you guys saw of the show, what you think of Smackdown. Let's get into it. Friday Night Smackdown started off with your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, coming out to the ring, cutting a promo as only Roman Reigns can. A really good one on his part. He's calling out, like, he had Paul Heyman list the accomplishments of the guys he beat at WrestleMania, all the stuff Edge has done, all the stuff Daniel Bryan's done. He beat both of them at one time, pitting them both at the same time. So he's like, who else is gonna want to come at me? Who wants to touch me now? He gets answered by none other than Cesaro, the man who won his first ever singles match at WrestleMania. Against Seth Rollins. He comes out. I don't know what it is about Cesaro. He's in tremendous shape, but for some reason, his suits aren't tailored correctly. Maybe answer that question to me?
I don't know either. I think they're always ready to be taken off, so that's why they always look like they don't fit right. I think they're just not real suits. That's what I'm going for.
He's always wearing a tearaway suit at all times to run the gimmick. So he does that, right? He comes out. He comes face to face with Roman Reigns, looks at the Universal title. He's going to grab a mic. Roman Reigns is like, what? F this guy, I'm out. He ain't nobody. So he just leaves him in the ring. And then Cesaro's upset, wants a match tonight. Roman versus Cesaro. Doesn't get it. Paul Heyman drills him into the ground, basically in a promo, saying that he's a Neanderthal, all this stuff about like that $1 billion body, 2-cent brain, all this stuff.
A lot of Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon stuff here.
Yeah, so he gives him a match against none of the main event, Jey Uso. So Jey Uso has to go through and has to, try to beat another guy so he won't get to Roman. So we'll see how he does in the main event. But first things first. All right, Cesaro's the guy they're picking right now. As of right now, right? So fine, whatever. It's finally a shot for him. Now, he's going to have to deliver A+ promo work if he's going to go against Roman and Paul Heyman. That's a given. You can do whatever he wants in the ring. Tremendous talent. They buried the living hell of that UFO spin in this show. They showed it at least like 6 times in replays. Yeah. The stupid, he's just doing it. Cool move, but don't bury it into the ground. All right, he's going to have to cut A+ promos. I don't think he has it in him.
He's never been an A+ promo guy, especially when going, like you said, Paul Heyman is like an A++ promo, and Roman Reigns at this level is like an A++ promo. So maybe they was smart for him, for Roman not to even acknowledge him. It makes Roman look like more of a badass that, I'm so great, I don't need to acknowledge you, even though you're my next opponent, and I'm going to let Jey take care of you. So I think that's smart. Maybe just to keep Cesaro from speaking too much will help him in this feud going forward. I think they should probably do that. But I don't know. It's time for Cesaro to step up. This is his moment. We've hoped you had a whole video on how they wasted Cesaro. They're giving Cesaro his shot. He needs to take it by cutting promos against the top guy and one of the top promos ever as a manager or as anything ever in Paul Heyman.
Definitely needs to do that. Now, if he doesn't, he will get overshadowed completely, and it will be just kind of like a waste because Vince is gonna see this and be like, "No, I don't want this guy in the spot. This is exactly why I don't want him." He's going against Roman. He's going against Paul Heyman in the promo department. It ain't gonna happen if he can't hold his own. So we'll see how it goes down. Let's see how they place him in promos going forward against these two guys. Let's get to the next thing on the show. Rey Mysterio taking on Otis because there's a feud that's still going on. Rey Mysterio gets the win. Whatever, he wins the match. So Tucker got fired. He got let go. So it's just Otis again. He's by himself. They separated the team a while ago. Otis, the last man standing in the team. Oh, touch on this. Pat McAfee's your new SmackDown announcer. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. He comes off as a classic heel on the commentary on the stick. So I think he does a really wonderful job, and I think it's a nice change of pace and a different feel normally than what you would. He's a professional broadcaster. He's obviously got a lot of charisma, and he held his own when he was in NXT against Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era. So it works perfectly. I think it's a good spot. You move with Samoa Joe being released for whatever reason. Terrible move by WWE to begin with, but the Corey Graves Monday Night Raw, and you bring in Pat McAfee. It gives it another. It's Fox, $1 billion deal. You want something big. You have Pat McAfee on there. Makes a ton of sense. I totally understand. Let's get to the next thing on the show. So Sami Zayn comes out, cuts a promo as it's still a conspiracy against him. Logan Paul was manipulated by people backstage and all stuff like that. That's why he lost. So he challenges Kevin Owens again to another match. And they have another match. I mean, these guys continue to face off all the time. In the end, Zayn just disappears, bounces out of the ring. He loses via countout, so Owens gets the win. And then Owens chases him down, brings him back in the ring, drops him with a stunner, and that's it. I mean, I kind of hope this is kind of over because I don't really know what else they could possibly do with this. How long you can actually make this feud go?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't love the whole conspiracy theory thing. I'm not a big fan of it. It's not really explained that well. It's not. It's kind of sloppy. And the fact that Kevin Owens even cares to be in the match, against him to get him out of this whole conspiracy everything, it just doesn't really make any sense. Doesn't jive. These guys can have a good match. That another good match. Was it anything special? No. Once you have commercial breaks, break up the whole flow of the match, and it doesn't feel as good. So it was what it was. We'll see what happens going forward, but it was I don't know. I'm not loving the conspiracy thing, and it doesn't feel anything special. They'll probably break this up sooner or later. It just feels more of like the WrestleMania Backlash more than anything else.
Yeah, this is going to push this to WrestleMania Backlash. You got the feud over with when you put Logan Paul in there. You can't get any higher than that because of the I guess the name value Logan Paul has. So that should be your ending. But if they continue to do it, let's see what happens. Next thing on the show, SmackDown Women's Champion Celebration. So they have Street Profits in the ring. They're going to take on the Dirty Dogs after the celebration. They have celebration. Bianca Belair comes out. She cuts a nice babyface promo and gives credit where credit is due to Sasha Banks and everything like that, and says this is for all the people that were watching, all the girls that were watching. Nice little babyface stuff. Perfect. Nice moment for her. She won a title. Great. Congratulations. Now the real work begins, is how you book her going forward as this babyface champion. Who do you put her against? Do you put her against Bayley? Do you put her back against Sasha at WrestleMania Backlash? What do you do? It's all about the booking going forward here, and that's the only thing that matters coming out of this. She got her moment. That's over, done with. Now is the booking aspect and how she handles it and how she goes forward along with the booking as well. Sasha had her promo in the back too. Pissed off, didn't even say anything, walked away in the promo. Then Bayley shows up, which is a cool sleeveless hoodie she has that says Know Your Role motto, which is in the rock letter from Know Your Role t-shirts. So it was really cool by her. So she gets a promo. She can get a shot at Bianca Belair as well. So it's pretty cool. And then you had the Dirty Dogs going against Street Profits and SmackDown Tag Team Championships. In the end, Ziggler Roode get the win. Solid match, but you have a stable I think it's like 4 tag teams right now in SmackDown. They can build another one up maybe. They got a solid group and they can kind of intertwine them all and then kind of work with that. So, I mean, it's a lot better situation than they got than Monday Night Raw, obviously.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they actually have like a division, it feels, where Monday Night Raw is just like, I don't know, we're just kind of throwing up tag teams. I can't even name 2 tag teams on Raw right now. Off the top of my head, but that's how uninteresting tag team division is to Raw. They're building something on SmackDown. It's a little smarter, a little easier. Street Profits, they were champs for close to a year, if not a year. So we'll see what them and the Dirty Dogs do. But at least they're building a division. It's not to say anything's great about the tag team division, but at least there's something there.
Yeah. Now listen in the comment section below what tag teams you would like to see be created or whatever the case on Monday Night Raw or on SmackDown. 2 guys you think they could put together, make a nice tag team. Let us know in the comment section below what you guys think, your thoughts on that aspect as well. Also, let us know what your favorite tag team is right now currently on the main roster. I mean, it's probably just the Street Profits most likely. There's really not much to choose from, or the New Day. But let us in the comment section below what tag teams you would start with the superstars that are on the roster, and what's your favorite tag team currently running. Next thing on the show is let's get to the worst tag team division, I think by far, the women's tag team division, because how terribly it's booked. You have Natalya taking on Shayna Baszler because they lost at WrestleMania, so they have this rematch of a singles match. Natalya beats Baszler. That's all there was to it. Where the hell is Reginald? I think he may have like COVID or something like that. That's why he wasn't here.
I think there was a rumor that he was actually sick. So that's why.
That's probably what it is. But this is going to keep going most likely to a WrestleMania Backlash because they got rid of a bunch of women that were part of tag teams. Or technically, I mean, Billie Kay was the weirdest one they got rid of for some reason, and Peyton Royce, they weren't doing a whole lot, but Billie Kay was kind of pointless to get rid of because you just had her at WrestleMania and she gets released immediately after. So whatever. Next thing on the show, Cesaro vs. Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso. This is the match that got set up because Paul Heyman was not having Cesaro take on Roman Reigns, right? Just like that. So the match, a lot of cool spots from Cesaro. I mean, he's a tremendous in-ring performer. He could do it all. The real cool cartwheel into the springboard European uppercut. It was good stuff. I mean, the deadlift suplex that he did on Jey Uso is another one because he had, Jey Uso kind of dead weight him and he just kind of lifted him up like that. Yeah. All pure strength. Big spots. You build him up. Now, the only thing, a smart finish, because again, we keep talking about Jey Uso. He keeps getting those shots where he has to defend Roman. You got to get through Jey to get to Roman, and he loses all of them. Yeah, so he became pointless at the end, right? So in this one, you have Seth Rollins come out and cause the disqualification when he attacks Cesaro. So
Seth Rollins attacking Cesaro in ambush. Obviously, the swing brought back.
So Seth Rollins still in there. So can we see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns kind of cross paths here? Both heels, we could see.
Bring the shield back together a little bit here. I mean, it's definitely interesting. Wasn't there a time where Paul Heyman was managing Cesaro? Yes, right? So it's weird that they're throwing that in there.
Yeah, check that video up there and you'll see that.
Yeah, so it's a little bit that he's trying to trash the guy when you manage him once, just whatever. But definitely, it was good to have Jey still lose the match, but because Seth came in, I don't know if they're gonna build a relationship. They may have like a little pseudo relationship going where maybe they'll work together here and there. I'm not really sure because Cesaro doesn't really have anybody to help him out unless Shin comes and gets involved. But that can cobble the thing that I just want Cesaro versus Roman. More of, not that Cesaro is going to win. He probably has a really minuscule chance of even beating Roman, but just to get a rub, get that Roman rub, get a build, make him a quality main event guy that he deserves to be because, like you said, he can do everything in the ring. He has amazing power spots. He has amazing athleticism. He can do anything, and it's entertaining. He has to work on his promos a little bit. Hopefully he's getting there, and if he gets a rub from Roman and they have a good storyline and they build it correctly, you can really get yourself another main event guy that's been, hanging around for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and now hopefully he gets his shot. So is he going to win a title? No. But can he make himself a star, a realistic main event guy? Yes, I think they can, and hopefully they will. But definitely it was a good start to what's going to go into being Cesaro versus Roman. I thought it was a pretty good night.
Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance of beating Roman. The only way going to take it off Roman is if you have somebody that's built similar to him or it's unstoppable, or you do a real schmozzy finish with the Money in the Bank kind of stipulation. But this guy is technically the perfect guy to put in a post-WrestleMania couple months after WrestleMania feud, because
I agree.
You've seen it with AJ and Roman before. You've seen it with guys like that where they throw these guys in there, they're kind of testing them out to see how they perform in these big spots. So he's been around for 10 years in the same company, so I don't know why you have to test him out. But, this could lead to maybe WrestleMania Backlash having a triple threat. Rollins, Reigns, Cesaro, or it could be Rollins, Cesaro again, and then whoever wins that faces Reigns in the next pay-per-view. We could see that go down, which I think the next pay-per-view is either Payback or Money in the Bank. Who the hell knows nowadays? But let's in the comment section, what's the next pay-per-view after Backlash? Because I don't even know.
I think Seth and Roman can be pushed, or they can tease it and push that to SummerSlam, because that's like a big thing. I mean, maybe heel versus heel there, so maybe not, but I don't know. I think just having like the Shield come together at a high moment where Roman is like the main heel guy, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would. One last thing before we end this. You had Apollo Crews cut a promo. He had Dabba-Kato, who's now General Aziz, who's supposedly part of the Nigerian elite guard or whatever. Whatever. It's one of those things where you see a guy like Isaac Yankem, and then you see him as Kane afterwards. You're kind of like, oh, we know who that is.
Well, worse though, because Kane had a mask on it.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, there's at least a little bit of a guessing involved there.
Yeah, here it's like, come on, bro, come on.
Yeah, but you have that's what you got now. So we'll get that out of the way. Whatever. But guys, that was SmackDown. It was a halfway decent episode of SmackDown. It's all about the Tribal Chief in the end, anyways. So you really tune in on Friday nights to see. So Pat McAfee's there. It was good stuff by Pat McAfee. If you guys, that's the review we have for you guys that are in reaction to this show. Make sure you listen to the comment section below what you guys thought of SmackDown. And do you think Cesaro and Reigns is going to be a thing at Backlash? When do you think it's going to happen? Let me know. Book it in the comment section below. Book the Cesaro, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins thing. Book it. Let us know in the comment section below how you guys would book it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for this work, but do not do the job.
Later, box.